Hey, what's up, guys? Surprise 7X Gaming here. Continuing my playthrough of Battle Worlds. This is going to be part 8. Decided to have some more fun. Had some technical difficulties on part 7. I uploaded it the other day if anybody watched it. For some reason, YouTube decided to make it 360p. So, yeah, hopefully this one's better. And, we'll be good to go. Okay, I was hoping, what's his name, right? I just killed him as he was taking a shit. That was great. Oh, wait.
Hey, elevators to your right. Get ready.
Let's do it. Let's try it out.
Down they go. That's the last of them.
This thing is dumb. I got my baton. I just wanted to see how it was. Okay. Well, sometimes that can, check it, so I figured I would. Bits. Oh, hockey skills too well. Fuck that. Oh, it does say thug kit. Yeah, I'm a thug. Yeah, I hate myself too. Bitch.
That's the last of them, I think.
I'd say so. But the same thing as mine. Mine better. Heavy weapons to stealth skills. Oh, dope. 26, 21, 26. Dope. Hell yeah. What's up the door? What's this?
Marauder free at last. I'll get the door. You hurry on it.
This guy.
Never thought I'd be ecstatic at having the walls painted in blood, but seeing as it's not mine, I'd say this calls for a celebration. This ought to square our debt. One hefty payment for a highly valued service rendered. But I admit, I do wonder why Nyoka has brought you to me. Allow me to pose my question in another manner. Why, in the nebula, are you here?
You know why I'm here. Can we continue our conversation from the intercom now?
If you insist. As I was telling you before, I am the premier broker for all of Monarch. Phineas must have sent you. He's the only one insane enough to send someone to Monarch to rush me. I knew it was only a matter of time before he came a-knocking. Look, I might be late, but I fulfill my contracts, always.
Oh, you do you? I have lost track of the number of beers you owe me for chasing Raptidons off your stoop.
Are you fibbing? Be honest.
I take offense to that. Look, okay. It might take me a while this time.
Why is that?
I am awaiting but a single incoming transmission containing the information we desire. But MSI and the Iconoclasts are clogging the airwaves from Stellar Bay and Amber Heights. In their war against each other, they're scrambling each other's outgoing transmissions.
So we kicked them off.
Exactly what I was thinking. They hurt us all with their pettiness. Which of course has inadvertently affected the incoming port and my livelihood.
Can't we cut them off from inside the station?
No, they're jamming the limited frequencies we have at our disposal. Nothing extraplanetary can get in or out until the frequency pollution thins out. The safest bet is to convince Graham and Sanjar to stop transmitting on their end.
I'll talk some sense into them.
You do that, I'll be here, waiting on the receiving end. Luck be with you. I have a feeling you'll be needing a pinch of it, plus a vat of patience.
Nyoka needs a favor.
Oh, great. I love doing pro bono work for friends.
Aw, you called us friends. I'd normally entertain your self-aggrandizing delusions, but this time it's important.
Important to you is not the same as important to me. Although I do recognize that you may have earned some goodwill during your months laboring for me.
She's your friend and she's in need. You're the only one who can help.
Tug on my heartstrings, why don't you? Look, I'll do what I can, all right?
Rebecca Hodges and Anders Wadsworth. They took a UDL contract back when Monarch went to shit, and I need to find them. I believe them to be on Terra 2.
If UDL hired 2 hunters back then, it would have been for creature clearing purposes round one of their Spacer's Choice outposts. These are the coordinates for the outpost under the last UDL contract. Now scram. And, good luck. Be a doll and shoot any marauders you spot on the way down.
Alright. Ooh. So this is definitely the Nyoka quest. So I think while I'm still here on Monarch, I might do some of the main story. Let's do this. How far away is this shit? Oh. At the start of Stellar Bay. Shit.
Careful. Only things you'll find in the ruin.
Incoming! Those will be quick. Like this. Nice work. Everyone all right?
Definitely not used to seeing his big ass arm.
A visitor? What an unexpected surprise! Please, come in. Come in.
I'm getting real bad fight or flight right now. Watch your step. People ain't this friendly outside city walls.
The Edgewater deserters were perfectly nice, and they lived outside the city walls. Well, maybe not Adelaide, but everyone else.
That's the spirit. Now come in. Make yourselves comfortable.
I'm looking for a man named Braxton. He supposedly came by here.
I'm afraid we don't get many visitors out here. The Raptidons and Marauders scare off all but the boldest. And if you've braved them, you must be exhausted. Why don't you stay for dinner?
Are you sure you haven't seen Braxton? I heard he was delivering medicine to you.
I'm sure I would remember something like that. Now, quit fretting yourself about that. Make yourself at home. Dinner's almost ready.
Something ain't right about this.
Oh, hello there. You come for dinner?
Actually, I'm looking for a man named Braxton.
Sorry, I'm not real good with, names.
Something wrong?
It just gets hard to remember things. I recall moments, feelings, but the details slip.
I felt like that after my dad passed. Walked around in a haze for weeks. I'm sorry you're feeling that way, too.
Other times, it's like there's fog. Sorry, have we talked about this before?
Maybe I can help you.
That's nice of you. I usually feel better after I eat. Mama said dinner's almost ready, huh?
Creepy.
What a pleasant surprise. And just when I was beginning to fear we'd seen the last of good company for a spell. Yet the Eternal provides, does it not? And who could? Stretch out your hand and cosmic divinity reaches back. Open wide your mouth and the universe provides sustenance.
Things have a way of working out, I suppose.
That they do. Though it's up to us to make the most of those opportunities, wouldn't you say? Look at me, prattling on as if this gravy is going to cook itself. Why don't you run along until we are ready for dinner?
What the hell is going on? This shit is weird. Upstairs. Big is this fucking house, bro?
Oh, hi there. Did you come to bring us more of those rocket candies?
Excuse me. Sure, I brought some candies.
That's wonderful. There was this other man who used to bring them. Not anymore, though.
What can you tell me about this man?
Mama and Papa said he came from the city. When we got sick one time, he brought those candies to make us well again. And they worked. Now we feel better than ever. Mama says they're a gift from the Eternal.
Was his name Braxton?
I don't know. I'm not really supposed to talk to strangers.
Why isn't he bringing you more candies?
He said they were making us sick. Mom and Papa got real mad at him for that. They went to have a talk with him. Afterwards, they said he wasn't coming back again.
I'm gonna go now.
Okay. Maybe I'll see you at dinner.
The way she said that reminded me of a rat licking its chops. Be careful.
Yeah, 100%.
Hey, what are you doing in my room?
Sorry, I was just looking around.
Liar! You're trying to steal the last of my rocket candies, aren't you?
Oh, here we go. Your rocket candies?
The ones that come in a bottle with a rocket ship on it. Like the other man used to bring.
Calm down, I'm going now. Oops. Pissed off the creepy kid. Oh shit.
So sodden assholes. Ain't enough that the raps eat everyone? Now people are doing it too?
I'm gonna be sick.
Damn. What the fuck these people up for killing my dude? I'm about to steal all that shit. Oh, is it all gone now? Oh no, it's down here on this side, yeah. Yeah, they're 100% eating people. That shit's creepy.
But what's this? You're tracking blood into the kitchen.
Oh, great.
Oh dear. You've been nosy, haven't you?
You murdering cannibal accuses me of being nosy?
Quickly, my dear. He's getting agitated. We can't let the meat spoil.
Don't worry. We'll make this quick.
They didn't deserve to die so clean.
Okay, they were kind of hard. They're beefy. Excuse me. Let's go open that door. Really? I would have had to come out here? No, I fucking didn't. Dude, fuck that. It's a cool idea, but I fucked up doing that one.
You ever been off Monarch, Myoka? Before you met the captain, I mean.
Nah, I mostly just drank and hunted. Soon as you stop to dream of other things, that'll be the day something sneaks up and eats you.
Don't fret. I'm watching your back now. Anything tries to eat us, I'll give it a mighty whack on the nose.
Well, I'll be damned. You watch my back, I'll watch yours.
I like a little dialogue between them. Finest cigarettes in Halcyon. Wentworth cigarettes.
Velma seem out of sorts to you?
She's always great.
I'd give you a friendlier welcome, but I'm up to my elbows in salt tuna guts.
Who spat in your spirits, Velma?
You noticed my mood? I'm surprised you can see straight today.
I could be seeing triple and I'd still think you're being unkind. I just might find it funnier.
Will you try wrangling half a ton of dead fish with decades-old equipment and see what it does for your disposition? Anyway, what do you folks need?
I've got some bad news about Braxton.
That he's got his load on and I'm stuck covering his shift?
He was killed by cannibals out in the ruins.
That's... Wow. I sure feel like an ass now.
It's a rotten way to go.
Yeah, I wouldn't wish that on Catherine herself. Still, it's good to know what happened to him. And that I ought to start looking for a replacement. Something else on your mind?
Talk to you later. Oh, so one of them is here. Alright.
Well, new business turns up at last. Celia, didn't I tell you our new statistics-based advertising model would be a hit?
That you did, sir.
How can yield improvements of 26.7% not quicken the pulse? How can 32% cost savings not moisten the loins?
You've often posed these very questions.
Clear my schedule. This newcomer has a meeting with me.
It's weird. That's very generous of you.
Celia, will you make a note of that for my self-review? Very generous.
Noted.
But not so generous I can't drive a good bargain. Now, who sent you? Rizzo's, perhaps? Or Auntie Cleo herself?
I need you to shut off your broadcast.
Oh. I suppose that means you aren't here for the Saltuna.
Afraid not.
Oh, a shame. I'd been saving a bottle of iceberg-aged whiskey for an occasion like this.
Seems like you're having a rough time, Mr. Sanjar. Are you doing quite all right?
Oh, don't worry on my account. This is merely the latest in a long line of professional erotic and athletic disappointments. I had hoped that livening up our advertisements with enticing figures would draw the other corporations back to our bosom, but it seems we're back to the drawing board.
What exactly are you hoping to accomplish?
Thanks to the so-called hazard clause, Monarch has been cut off from the board's resources and protection for 10 years now.
So-called is right. We've got our hazards, but we're still here, damn it. The board took off without so much as a thought for the folks left behind.
I don't... Dang it, Captain, that's not right. Folks on Monarch shouldn't have to suffer just because the board says so.
Now, we've kept ourselves in business by trading with individual corporations, but given the off-the-books nature of those transactions, such arrangements are precarious.
You're tired, scrounging and scraping by. Is that it?
Yes, freedom is a tempting ideal, but a rather costly paramour.
You make a good point.
Indeed. Mr. Nandi here has a rather ingenious plan to get MSI restored to the board.
On our terms, mind you.
A lot of good that'll do. They'll just find another reason to turn tail and abandon you.
Not if we secure the proper safeguards first.
And if our advertising scheme hasn't borne fruit, then perhaps it's time we took matters into our own hands.
This lady knows what's going on.
It's true, our Celia is an alarmingly competent middle manager. At any other company, she'd be wasted in data entry. The plan she refers to is a two-pronged approach, and the first part involves seeing Stellar Bay properly defended.
You do seem to have a bit of a Raptidon problem.
And a Mantisaur problem. And a Marauder problem.
Many, many problems, but they can all be solved with a Bolt 52 cartridge. If you can get us what we need to rejoin the board, starting with the Bolt 52, we won't need to advertise anymore. We can stop our transmissions altogether.
And you'll have a powerful ally on the board.
Where do I find one?
In the old arms building southwest of town, which used to be part of Stellar Bay before we had to move our walls in. These days it's overrun with marauders and raptidons.
Then I guess I'll go get your Bolt 52.
Do be careful. I've lost more than a few people to marauders and raptidons out there. Oh, and while you're at it, there should be a terminal in the arms building with some dangerous information. Perhaps you could delete it so it doesn't fall into the wrong hands.
Sure. Later. Well, it's not too far. I've not been this way though. Should be new enemies. Damn, it's a beefy boy.
Get ready.
Get shit on. Yeah. Alright, there we go. What the fuck is that thing? Come here, bitch. Oh yeah, we out here. I haven't had to climb a building yet. That's interesting. Oh. Excuse me. Hello, who's in there?
Oh, thank the Eternal. I'm Huxley. Hux if you're lazy. I'm stuck. My friends and I were scavenging here, and a Manta Queen showed up. Then Raptidons. It was a void-blasted mess. I ran in here, and, now the door's locked. Little help?
Well, I need to get into that room.
Phew. Thanks, mister. My buddy had a key, but I ain't heard him in a while. He locked me in here and took off. Probably got munched. So look for a dead guy, I guess. Or a rat. Maybe it's in a rat belly. Gross.
Seeing as you're trapped, you might as well answer a few things for me.
Sure. Beats not answering questions.
I'm looking for a Bolt 52. Any lying around?
Probably. I don't know. When I try to read things, my mind gets to wandering about all the things I could be doing instead.
Right, back to the
Get me
door.
out of here!
Level up. There's hell ammo and stuff. Jesus. I'm definitely gonna find her dead friend. Well, 16, 320. No, I'm good. Barlotti's got something new. Oops. My girl's got basic ass homework on. Ooh. That looks weird. What else we got in here? Okay, two. I'm stealing everything. Vortex Mace. I can't find the armstone and key. I'm trying to hack my way out. Waste my shit. I think it would have been in here somewhere. So kill this big one-eating dude over here.
Incoming!
Oh, that must be the key to get in. It's on him. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna call this. Nope.
Phew. Thank you so much. It was getting all stuffy in there, and I was getting a mite lightheaded, and I think maybe I was gonna die. Now I'm out here, and I'm headed back to Amber Heights.
Still landing yourself in trouble, eh, Hux?
Oh, hi, Nyoka. You mind giving me an escort back home? Oh, you're traveling with someone. Never mind. But I ain't got nothing on me. How's about a heaping helping of appreciation and respect?
Yeah.
Can do. Oh, sure, I'm a runner. I'm used to getting all dizzy and... Hey, who's your identical, slightly blurry friend?
Good luck.
Thanks a lot, mister.
As long as she ain't got what I need. Everything? Yeah, big bet. Tap back.
Well, I see you've had a sobering effect on our friend Nyoka.
Sir, please stop.
Forgive me, Celia. I couldn't help myself. Anyway, what can I do for you? You weren't supposed to look. I asked you to delete it. Oh, yes. No doubt someone else was having a laugh at my expense before you. This has been my albatross. The great shame of my career. I give everything. My work, my youth, my left kidney, and for years, I was a joke to them.
Your left kidney?
One of the executives required a transplant. I thought volunteering to donate might improve my prospects.
Did it?
Apparently not.
Who cares what they think? You're in charge now.
In charge of a scrap heap of a city. Abandoned by the board and surviving only through the hypocrisy of our trading partners.
And you've made it work. That's more than anyone can say for those SX.
I hadn't thought of it that way. But perhaps there's something to that. Thank you for that. Was there something else?
More payment? Oh, yeah.
You think we're the problem? Have you even heard the nonsense Graham is spewing? It isn't easy keeping a town like Stellar Bay afloat, especially without the board's backing. We need that frequency to reach our trading partners. Indeed. That's why it's imperative that MSI be reinstated onto the board.
I forgot I was supposed to turn that in.
The first step is getting the Bolt 52.
Yeah, I got that.
Oh, yes. I'm going to be up all night with this. All those blanks waiting to be filled, boxes waiting to be ticked.
Try to control yourself, sir.
Have you any idea?
How exactly is the data cartridge going to help?
What a question! Bureaucratic micromanagement is the only way anything gets done in Halcyon, and proper documentation is a key part of that. For our part, a bill of liquidation/transfer Form 52 will protect our holdings on Monarch by temporarily assigning them to a pass-through entity once we drop our bomb on the board.
Spare me the details and just tell me what comes next.
Corporate espionage. How was that, Celia? Did I sell it?
Your best delivery yet, sir.
There we go. Promise me that once I've helped you with this, MSI will stop its broadcast.
Help us with this final matter and we won't need to broadcast anymore. You have my word. I have reason to believe that one of the other corporations is operating on Monarch, illegally and in secret.
Is it really illegal if the board's the one that makes the rules in the first place?
If we can find proof, I can use that as leverage to encourage certain powers that be to accept our Bolt 52 and reinstate us on the board.
Sanjar, you sly dog.
Really think so? I admit I've been hatching this scheme for quite some time. I just needed someone capable to help me carry it out. If someone is operating here, then Catherine's almost certainly supplying them out of Fallbrook. Perhaps she could be convinced to tell you where they are.
I know how to make people talk.
Oh, I imagine you do. But as much as I love your can-do attitude and dangerous gravitas, Catherine handles all of our shipments. So it would be best if you could leave her in one piece. Is that how you people put it?
Close enough.
Once you, subtly work out where this corporate facility might be, bring back proof of its operation. Maybe some nice letterhead. Or someone working there. That would do it.
Infiltrate a secret corporate base and kidnap the staff. Sure, easy.
A foolproof plan if I ever heard one. I'll leave the execution to you.
I met Grim, the landing pad guard.
I see. And was his delivery of the MSI authorized greeting up to snuff?
He did a bang-up job.
Well, that's excellent. I'll see that your feedback makes it into his review. What else can I do for you?
I've got to go. Okay. One of those here. I don't have enough for it now. It was like 3,000 bits, I think.
I see you stuck around.
Is that Dustback Cash also available?
If you got the bits, check the menu for the latest prices. Inflation's terrible out here. You got it. I got all the ingredients. Should only take about an hour in the oven. There we are. Now, if you don't mind, I really need to take a leak.
My belly's gurgling just to smell it, Mr. Raymond. Thank you so much.
A pleasure to help such a charming young lady.
Oh, gosh. My tongue's rumbling just smelling that casserole.
Right? Let's give her a better weapon. Okay. Cascadia Monarch. I don't think I've done a single companion like attack Or whatever the hell you call them. I have a better plasma. $56. 62. Oh, still got a burn on it. Let's go to 4 on. Oh, what's back here? Oh, okay. That's where I meant to go. Let's talk to Catherine. Ain't met her yet.
You seen Arthur today?
Man, last time I saw him.
Uh-huh. You blind, fella? Or can you not see I'm busy? Why is it every sissy pig fucker who strolls into my town expects me to smile and shout awful friendly? Welcome to Fallbrook. Only nugget of paradise in this entire law-forsaken land. Like a void damn advert.
Oh, she just comes and says whatever's on her mind, huh?
Truthfully spoken, I do aim to properly represent my aforementioned nugget of paradise.
I'm gonna charm. If by nugget of paradise you mean piece of manty dung, then sure.
You know, I ain't heard that one before. Suppose I'll have to work harder to show you just what makes our town shine. But first, I'll need to know what brings you, stranger. Well? I'm half listening. Good of you to finally haul your ass over here. I wired for backup weeks ago. Got something that's gonna require special extraction from Cascadia. Found it on a corpse, huh? If you killed Lilia's agent, you get to explain it to her, not me.
He was dead when I got there.
Well, shit. I knew he'd come to a bad end one day. Still, no time for weeping and wailing. We've got a metric fuck-ton of bits worth of salvage just waiting for extraction.
Cut to the chase, Malin.
All right. One of my runners uncovered a cache of Alta Vitae gas, left in a lab when the board abandoned Cascadia. To extract the gas, you'll need to siphon it from the lab in Cascadia into one of your ship's fuel tanks. Totally safe.
Define safe.
Meaning safe for me and my crew, seeing as it ain't us undertaking the risk.
What the heck is Alta Vitae gas?
But it's a controlled commodity, available only to the board, so it is of high value on the dark market.
I can get it done.
I do like your gumption, but let's not be hasty. To get to the gas, you'll need to navigate through the town, which is overrun by marauders. The lab itself has become an infested nest, crawling with manties. You gotta fight through or figure out some other way to exterminate them. Maybe the ventilation system?
I'll find a way around the mana source.
Clever. That's why Lilia's paying you, I take it. Now, after you clear the mantis nest and reach the storage room, all that's left is to get the gas flowing into the fuel system. The task will require someone with technical skills, or you could force it through with a plasma overload. Don't recommend that option, though, unless you want to get dead.
Good thing we have an engineer. Bravati will handle it.
Load vapors into a liquid propellant tank? I think I know how to do that. No, I can do that. I think. Yes. Mostly? Definitely.
Dandy, did I mention the gas is of an extremely volatile nature? Handle it with the utmost of care. Once you've got our goods, take them to the groundbreaker. Lilia's fencers ought to handle the rest of it. I've marked the coordinates for you to the lab in Cascadia. On the terminal, use the passcode you got from Stellar Bay to get in. But before you make your run, I could use a heavy helping hand regarding a local issue. For a fine fee, of course.
I might be interested.
Good. This particular matter of opportunity
Fuck, there's
has
so many
been
quests,
eating
dude.
at me for a while now. There's a Borst factory on up the way, run by a man who calls himself the King. Clive Lundberg, insufferable prick. That aside, it's a business ripe for the plucking. I want it. Clear as that.
I get the feeling this is going to involve murder and mayhem.
Stars, I hope so. Clive Lundberg, the self-proclaimed Borst King of Monarch, is swimming in profit and drowning in his ego. He's making the only meal to be had this side of Monarch, and I'm tired of ponying up for my dinner. I want that Borst factory, owner dead or alive. And you're the soon-to-be handsomely paid son of a bitch who's gonna get it for me.
Any tips on how I might get in?
If you got brass knockers, you can shoot your way through the front gate. If you don't fancy getting shot to shit, you can try asking Duncan for a disguise. Might be another way in, assuming you're courageous enough to trek the sewers. Void if I know. Hit him where it hurts. In his gut or his production lines ought to make do.
I want to kill Clive.
Sometimes the simplest solution is the sweetest. I don't give a whit about the method or the means, just the end.
Sounds good.
It'll be more than good when you're finished. Maybe not for Clive, but for me and you, I'm sure. Oh, and if you don't fancy going in guns blazing or crawling through a sewer pipe, see Duncan in the Dry Goods and Sundry building. He ought to have an employee ID in that stash of illicit goods he keeps for select clientele. May luck be with you, since I won't be.
Alright, well there's hella quests I'm doing now. The next one I think I'll go kill Clive.
Out of the sulfur, so long as you don't mind being in her debt.
You know how their folk are all crusty outside, but warm and squishy inside? I'm pretty sure she's crust all the way through.
So, I think we'll go ahead and end this one here. Just about an hour in. Well, thanks for tuning in, guys. This is part 8 of my Outer Worlds playthrough. This is Rise 7X Gaming, and I'll catch you guys later.